The resilience of the Filipino people after a disaster strikes. The Philippines, an archipelago in Southeast Asia, is no stranger to natural disasters. Located along the Pacific Ring of Fire and within the typhoon belt, the country faces frequent earthquakes, volcanic eruptions, and an average of 20 tropical cyclones annually. Despite these challenges, the resilience of the Filipino people remains one of their most defining and inspiring traits. Filipino resilience stems largely from deeply rooted cultural values. The concept of bayanihan, a tradition of communal unity and cooperation, plays a pivotal role during crises. In the aftermath of disasters, communities come together to share resources, rebuild homes, and provide emotional support to those in need. This spirit of solidarity reflects the inherent strength of Filipino society. Faith is another cornerstone of Filipino resilience. Many turn to their religious beliefs for hope and strength during times of despair. Churches, mosques, and other places of worship often serve as shelters and centers of relief efforts, demonstrating the integral role of spirituality in coping with adversity. Filipinos are known for their remarkable ability to find humor even in the darkest times. This unique brand of optimism helps lighten the burden of disaster recovery. Smiling through hardships and sharing laughter amidst ruins is not a sign of denial, but a powerful coping mechanism that uplifts spirits and fosters hope. Local communities are often the first responders during disasters, mobilizing before external help arrives. Grassroots organizations and local governments work together to ensure that affected areas receive aid swiftly. The importance of pre-disaster preparedness and post-disaster recovery programs has grown significantly in recent years, with the government and non-governmental organizations, NGOs, emphasizing community-based disaster risk reduction strategies. Countless stories highlight the resilience of Filipinos after disasters, from rebuilding homes destroyed by typhoons to farmers replanting crops after volcanic ashfall. The determination to start anew is evident. These stories are not only a testament to their strength but also a source of inspiration for others facing similar challenges. While resilience is admirable, it is not without its limits. Prolonged or recurring disasters can exhaust resources and test the limits of community strength. Climate change exacerbates the frequency and severity of natural calamities, posing additional challenges for the Philippines. To bolster resilience, investments in infrastructure, disaster preparedness education, and sustainable development are critical. The resilience of the Filipino people is a testament to their strength, unity, and unwavering hope. Despite the adversities posed by their geographical location, they continue to rise, rebuild, and inspire. However, as the threats of climate change and recurring disasters loom, it is essential to pair this resilience with robust systemic support to ensure sustainable recovery and development. The story of the Filipino people is not just one of survival, but of triumph against overwhelming odds. The Philippines stands as one of the most disaster-prone countries in the world due to its geographical location. Situated along the Pacific Ring of Fire and the typhoon belt, the archipelago faces frequent earthquakes, volcanic eruptions, tsunamis, and about 20 tropical cyclones each year, with an average of 5 causing significant destruction. Despite these constant threats, the resilience of the Filipino people has become a beacon of hope and inspiration. Their ability to adapt, recover, and even thrive in the face of adversity is a story worth telling. Filipino resilience is deeply rooted in the nation's culture and values. The concept of bayanihan, which translates to communal unity and cooperation, is a defining characteristic of Filipino society. This centuries-old tradition reflects the willingness of communities to come together, help one another, and rebuild lives after disasters. Whether it's neighbors sharing food and water, or groups organizing to clear debris and rebuild homes, bayanihan ensures no one is left behind. Another cultural pillar is kapwa, the Filipino value of shared identity and interdependence. In times of disaster, the collective well-being takes precedence over individual concerns. This interconnectedness fosters compassion and encourages communities to prioritize the needs of the most vulnerable. Filipinos also draw strength from their deep spirituality. Religion plays a central role in the lives of many, and during times of crisis, faith becomes a source of hope and solace. Religious institutions often serve as shelters and rallying points for relief efforts, offering not only material aid, but also emotional and spiritual support. The aftermath of disasters in the Philippines is marked by extraordinary acts of kindness, ingenuity, and determination. In the wake of Typhoon Haiyan, Yolanda, in 2013, one of the strongest tropical cyclones ever recorded, communities devastated by 315 kilometers per h winds and massive storm surges exemplified resilience. Families who lost everything began rebuilding homes from salvaged materials, farmers replanted crops, and fishermen repaired boats to resume their livelihoods. International aid poured in, but it was the spirit of the Filipino people that drove recovery. Local governance and grassroots organizations play a critical role in disaster response. Barangay officials and community leaders often act as first responders, organizing evacuations and distributing relief supplies. Over time, the Philippine government has improved disaster preparedness through initiatives like the National Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Council, NDRRMC, which coordinates responses and implements early warning systems. One of the most unique aspects of Filipino resilience is their ability to maintain optimism and humor in the face of adversity. Even amid the wreckage of typhoons or the rubble of earthquakes, Filipinos find ways to smile, joke, and keep spirits high. This optimism is not mere denial. It is a coping mechanism that fosters hope and unity. Humor allows individuals and communities to process trauma, share lighter moments, and maintain mental health during challenging times. Social media platforms are often flooded with images and videos of Filipinos making light of their situation, such as children playing in floodwaters or adults joking about makeshift repairs. These moments of levity humanize their struggles and inspire others to persevere. Resilience is not static. It must evolve to meet new challenges. Climate change has intensified the frequency and severity of natural disasters in the Philippines, putting immense pressure on communities already vulnerable to economic and social disparities. Rising sea levels threaten coastal towns, while stronger typhoons lead to greater destruction and longer recovery periods. To address these challenges, the Philippines has made strides in disaster risk reduction and management. Local governments are investing in climate-resilient infrastructure, such as elevated roads and typhoon-resistant homes. Communities are being trained in emergency response, and schools are incorporating disaster preparedness into their curricula. International partnerships also play a vital role. Collaborative efforts between the Philippines and global organizations have led to the development of early warning systems, sustainable farming practices, and renewable energy projects designed to mitigate the impact of disasters. The resilience of the Filipino people offers valuable lessons for the world. Their ability to bounce back from repeated adversities demonstrates the importance of community, adaptability, and a positive outlook. However, it is equally crucial to acknowledge that resilience alone is not enough. Systemic support, sustainable development, and proactive disaster management are essential to reducing vulnerabilities and ensuring long-term recovery. Filipinos have shown that true resilience is not about merely enduring hardships, but about finding ways to thrive despite them. Their stories inspire not just their fellow citizens, but also communities worldwide facing similar challenges. As climate change continues to reshape the global landscape, the world can learn from the Filipino approach to disaster recovery and resilience. The resilience of the Filipino people is a remarkable testament to their strength, unity, and indomitable spirit. Disasters may wreak havoc on their lives, but they consistently rise, rebuild, and move forward with courage and optimism. While their resilience is extraordinary, it also underscores the need for comprehensive disaster preparedness and sustainable solutions to address the root causes of their vulnerabilities. By combining their innate resilience with systemic support, the Filipino people will continue to inspire the world with their unwavering hope and determination.